people. First and foremost, let me fix the lighting before we get into this, bro, because this is some serious conversation we're going to be having right now. Damn, that's messing up my lighting. 1 second. Yeah, we'll just... Why is the lighting like that, man? I guess maybe because I need to put this here, maybe. That will do, man. Let's run with that for now. People, listen. Today, I didn't plan to go live after the game. I did not plan to go live. I can't lie to you. This was not planned. So I don't have like a mapped out way on how I'm gonna talk about things. I just thought I can't not speak about certain things that are on my mind when it comes to this football club right now. I cannot sit here and just gloss over all of the issues that are going on. Now, granted, I've had time to calm down since the watch along. I've gone for a walk. I've flipping tried to chill out. I've do you know what I mean? I've tried to get my mind away from it as much as possible. But I'm sorry, especially after seeing that Manchester City lost their game to Bournemouth. That just infuriated me even more. Like, it genuinely pissed me off even more. The reason I say that is because I feel like we shat the bed even more. Even though we played before them, I genuinely believe, this is sad to say, but I feel like if they would have played before us and they would have lost, it wouldn't have made a difference. I feel like we would have still bottled it. And how I'm feeling right now, if I'm honest with you guys, you can see the title. It says Arsenal look cooked, yeah? Now, what I mean by that is the feeling I'm getting right now is I'm at a stage where I feel like I'm not angry. I'm not angry, bro. I feel like I'm beyond anger at this point. It's just like, it just feels, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it feels hopeless, bro. It feels hopeless. And I can sit there and I can say my thoughts on the manager, and I can sit here and I can say that, in my opinion, I don't think he's going to get us over the line, and he's not good enough to get us over the line. But at the end of the day, if we're calling a spade, the guy has just signed a 3-year contract only, what, like 2 months ago? Which I didn't agree with in the first place. There's a video on my channel saying why we were rewarding him and making him the second highest paid manager in the Premier League when we haven't actually done anything. So there's that. But then there's the like I said, there's no point talking about that because he's not going to go. He's here to stay. That's just the reality of the situation. Whether we want to accept it or not, whether we believe it's the right decision or not, he's going to stay. They're not going to pay him out his contract unless something ridiculous happens and we end up coming 10th or something stupid like that. Do I believe we're going to win the Premier League? Absolutely not. Do I believe we're going to win the Champions League? Absolutely not. Do I believe we can win one of the cups? Possibly, if we get good luck and decent draws. Maybe. Is that good enough? That's the question that everyone needs to be asking themselves right now. And I said this in my watch along, and I'll repeat it again here. For the people that still believe in this manager and still believe that what he is doing right now is acceptable, I want to just ask you something. If you believe this manager is good enough. Bearing in mind we're going up against Manchester City, right? Who've just done a 4-peat, and we know the standards that they've set in this Premier League, the bar, like how big the bar is and the levels you have to reach to be able to beat this Man City team. We're talking 90 plus points, yeah? So if you believe this manager is good enough, have you ever seen Manchester City under Pep Guardiola go on a run of 3 games without winning? 3 games. I haven't. So unless someone else has, I don't know. I think am I blind or am I missing something? As far as I'm aware, every single team that competes for titles, every single team that wins titles, and I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Like I said, I've witnessed Arsenal win. I'm 31 years old. I've seen Arsenal win. I witnessed the Invincibles. I witnessed this team win doubles. I've been to Highbury, for God's sake, like several times, bro. Like, I know this team when they have winners in the team. And right now, I can categorically tell you guys, I'm sorry to break it to you, I can categorically tell you from now, this team is not good enough to win the Premier League under this manager. And the reason I say that to you guys is because, like I said, you can have a blip in a season. Every team will lose games in a season. That's normal. That's perfectly fine. They could have lost the Bournemouth game 2 games ago when they lost to Bournemouth away. Fine. You've lost to Bournemouth. You bounce back. This is the problem. See, this is the problem. When Manchester City lose a game throughout their tenure under Pep Guardiola, whenever they have lost a game, they do not let it drag out. It does not become a period of 2, 3, 4 games where they've gone on a drought and they can't win a game for love or money. That is the difference between Arsenal and Man City. When we hit a bad patch, it extends, it continues. It's not 1 game, it's 2 or 3. And then we'll bounce back. During that 2 or 3 game period, you've already caused the damage right there. That's the damage right there. We saw it last season. It was around the Christmas period, I believe. We dropped to Fulham. We dropped to West Ham. And then I believe we got a draw in between there somewhere against someone. That was the period. 3 game period. Similar. Very similar to this one that we're on now. Very similar. And we missed out on the title by small margins. 2 points. 2 points, people. Selena. My favourite team is Arsenal. 2 points, people. We missed out by 2 points. Now, those 2 points that we missed out on was that stretch that I'm talking about. That Fulham, that West Ham, and the draw, the other draw. I can't remember who it was. So, for me, looking at this team and looking at the facts that we've just gone to Bournemouth away and lost. We've played Liverpool at home, 2-1 up, we've drawn. We've then said, okay, let's go to Newcastle. It's another must-win game. We've lost. Even if you beat Chelsea now, even if you beat Chelsea, you've caused the damage. Do you see what I mean? Even if we beat Chelsea now, that period, that block, is the type of period that you look back on come the end of the season. You look back at a period like that and you say to yourself, damn, Bournemouth away, Newcastle away, Liverpool at home. If we would have just picked up an extra 2 points, then we would have won the league. That is why we didn't win the league last year. Because we could go on a 16-game run, which I highly doubt, by the way we're playing. We could do that. That's perfectly fine. But Man City will do that. But the difference is, Man City have not been playing well, but have still been picking up points. They've still been winning games. Liverpool, when they don't play well this season, have been winning games. They had a loss against Forest. Reaction, bang, straight away. City have lost now. You better believe next game, bang, reaction. Arsenal lose a game, lose the next game, draw the next game. That's how we do it. Losing a game is not a problem. It's where is your mentality? Why are you not bouncing back from defeat quickly? Get it out of your system. You cannot be losing back-to-back away games and have a home game in between which you've drawn. I don't give a shit what people will tell me about is Liverpool. I don't care if it's Liverpool, bro. You're at home. You should beat every single team in this Premier League at home if you want to win the Premier League. You should not lose against any team at home. Any team. If you tell me before the game we're playing against Man City at home, I expect to win. If you want to win a title, if you want to be serious about winning this title, because I think a lot of our fan base say they believe we can win the league, but they don't really believe it. Because if you're justifying a 3-game period where you don't win a single game, that is no longer a blip. That is no longer a blip, people. It's not. It's no longer a blip. A blip is one result. A blip is something that is not... is the standout result where you look at a run of games and you say, oh, they had a loss here. That's strange. There's an L there. That's a blip. Not this. What's going on, Ivan? Welcome to the stream, bro. A blip is an anomaly amongst a common theme. That's what a blip is. Whether that be a loss, whether that be a win for the relegation teams. That's what a blip is. A blip is not loss, draw, loss. No. That's not a blip. And that is definitely not title winning mentality. And that is definitely not a title contender who is serious. That's what that's not. Even, my bad. What's going on, bro? That is not what you do if you want to beat City and Liverpool to this league. Simple as that. Argue about it all you want. You can debate it all you want. But I promise you, Carlo, what's good? I promise you, bro, you will not see Manchester City, okay? You will not see Manchester City draw and lose 2 out of 3. You will not see a period in the season where you look at the table. Do you see where they show the last 5 fixtures? The last 5 results where they had. And when it's a draw, it's a grey line. When it's a loss, it's a X, like a red X. You will not see under Man City's form throughout this whole season. You will not once see, yeah? Loss, draw, loss. You won't see that. That's impossible. You won't see that, bro. You will not see Liverpool's form and see loss, draw, loss in a row. You won't. Okay? You won't. You won't see under Pep Guardiola throughout his entire tenure. You will not see loss, draw, loss. The reason for that is because they bounce back. You have to bounce back. You face defeat against Bournemouth. You must beat Liverpool. It's all well and good us sitting here saying, yeah, it's a must win. And then they lose and then it's a must win. Again, the next game. Bro, the minute you lose a game, you have to bounce back. And this team consistently, even last season, even though we went 16 games towards the end, it wasn't enough. Why? Because Fulham and West Ham, that block that we had where 3 games, again, is a spitting image of this season. And this is why I say, when people tell me it's too early and all of these things, like they did last season, yeah? Where they say it's too early, you can't say this, you can't say that. Listen, these are the fine margins. We have seen this script before. We've seen it before. Let's not be stupid here. We literally witnessed the same thing happen last season. We witnessed it, bro. Whether you want to be a positive fan, whether you want to live in cuckoo land and fly with fucking donkeys and shit in the sky and think life is that. Reality of the situation is we've seen this last year. Fulham, West Ham, back-to-back Christmas period. What happened? It was a block of fixtures where we fucked up. We look back at it at the end of the season and said, shit, if we would have just picked up 2 more points, we would have won the league. But then at the time when I was saying you can't do that, people were telling me it's too early. It's too early to criticize. It's too early to say this could cost us. It's too early to say all this shit. But then these are the same people that come the end of the season, they're using that as an excuse. So why now, if I say this is not good enough to win a title, it's not, you can't say that. It's too early. Why? Why is that too early? When you are going to be doing the exact same thing and using this exact same group of fixtures come the end of the season. You are going to be doing that. And this is why I said at the beginning of the stream, you need to ask yourself the question, do you really believe, really and truly believe that this manager can get us over the line? Because I don't. I don't, bro. I honestly don't. I don't believe it. I don't believe he can win us a Premier League. I don't believe he can win us a Champions League. And he might be able to scrape a domestic cup if we get lucky, by the way. Only if we get lucky with the draws. And that's it. Other than that, he ain't winning no Premier League. Because this has been a consistent thing. It's been a consistent thing, people. You tell me what you think. Tell me if you think that I'm wrong. Let me know if you think that I'm wrong. Let me know if you got any other ways of seeing it. But as far as I'm, like, from what I'm watching with my eyes, it's deja vu. It's the same thing. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't know. I know I got a lot of rivals that watch my thing as well. I've got a lot of, obviously, supporters from other clubs and stuff. But you looking at it from my perspective is you cannot repeat the same shit. He's getting so much things wrong right now. And he's trying to overcomplicate things so much. It's a detriment to the team. Like some of these decisions he's making. Where going into the Bournemouth game, he played Moreno, Rice, and Partey in the midfield. You can't do that, bro. You can't do that. There's no creativity. Where is your creativity? You're playing Moreno, Rice, and Partey in your midfield. How? How does that? Because we're missing Odegaard, you've added 2 and 2, and you've got 50. You ain't got 4, bro. We're missing a creative midfielder, so let me play a box-to-box and 2 defensive midfielders. Like, what are we doing here, bro? What is this guy thinking? Honestly, sometimes I'm watching Arteta's lineups and I'm thinking, what are you thinking, mate? What are you smoking? Like, are you smoking budge? What is happening here, bro? This guy is shooting himself in the foot. You've got Ethan Ranieri sat there. He's the closest profile we have to Odegaard. Now, I'll break down this situation that we've got here. With this whole Odegaard's injured. We don't have anyone to replace him. Listen. This guy, what he's doing to fix one issue, he's breaking 2 issues. He's breaking our midfield and he is breaking our attack. So in order to fix one issue, which first of all was his fault for not addressing in the summer when you've let go of ESR, Smith Rowe, and you've let go of Fabio Vieira and not brought in no one, and we're made to believe that Ethan Ranieri is the next player in line when it comes to the Odegaard position. We're led to believe that as fans. So you've not only catfished us and sold us a dream, you've lied to us. You've told us Ethan is the replacement for Odegaard, so you've lied there. Okay. How the hell have you turned one issue, the creative position in midfield, and you've ruined 2, when you could have just simply taken one out? If there's a hole in a ship, you just fix that hole, mate. It's that simple. Let's not do algebra here. There's a hole in the ship. Fucking fix the hole and fucking sail, innit? Go take your ship to Antarctica or wherever the hell you want to go. You don't start making another hole and then to try fix that hole, you've made another hole to use the material to fix the other one. And then what are you doing, bro? Just fix the hole. Your ship is about to sink and you've just made it worse. That's what he's done. Because what he did, instead of just putting the like-for-like replacement, Odegaard's out. Let's put the most similar profile to him that we've got in the squad, okay, in one area, in that position. Instead of doing that, what he's done is he's taken Trossard and put in the middle, okay, in that creative position. And not even in all games, by the way, because like I said, the Bournemouth one, he played Moreno there with Rice and Partey in the midfield. No creativity. Majority of the time, he's put Trossard in there. Now, everyone can see it. All of us can see it. Why can we see it and he can't? When you play Trossard in that attacking midfield position, him and Havertz are occupying the same exact spaces. Now, you guys, if you didn't realize this, and you're sitting there thinking, how come Havertz is not getting any chances? How come Havertz has never got anything to feed off of and all this bullshit? Bro, analyze the game properly. The reason Havertz is not getting any chances is because he's never in the positions to score anything. He's never in a position to receive the ball in the penalty box. Never. Havertz is always drifting out to the right, taking up that position that Odegaard would normally take up, or he's going centrally and him and Trossard are occupying similar spaces and crowding out that area. Because what he's done is instead of putting like for like, he's ruined two positions. The attack is not fluent. It's not fluid. And the creativity is not there. Because you've got two players there doing the same thing and not a single thing is being created up front. As opposed to what have you ever sat there and just thought to yourself in that Liverpool game, for example? How funny was it that when we did make that change for like in that midfield, all of a sudden, Havertz got in a 50-50 duel with Konate. Yes, the goal was disallowed, whether it was rightly or wrongly, but we created something. We had a threat. Whenever we've played in the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup, and he's put Ethan there, yes, it's lesser opposition, but that is not the point. The system, okay, has changed completely. The system that he plays has changed. This is the issue. All you had to do was take out one, put in the other. Odegaard's out, Ethan's in. And die on your sword. But because he's a coward, and because he has an ego, he does not want to make that decision. For me, that is pathetic. And that is all to do with Arteta. Because no one told you, okay, in the summer, to let go of Smith Rowe, let go of Vieira, and not go and get an Eze. No one told you, okay, not to get cover for Saka. No one told you not to go and get a striker. These were your decisions. So when you make that choice, you as a manager need to stick by your decisions. When Odegaard got injured, you needed to put faith in the man that you told us as supporters, you made us all believe that this guy was the replacement. So we said, cool. We lived with it. We said, fine. That's okay. We rate him. We want him to play. We rave about the kid. But you're the one that's not playing him. So you've made a decision, fooled every single one of us, and then you're not playing him. To me, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense, bro. Like, what this guy is doing makes no sense to me at all. I just don't understand his thinking behind what he's doing. I feel like he knows everyone's saying do this, like this is the obvious thing to do. And he's so stubborn and he's got such an ego where it's like he says to himself, you lot are saying to do this, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this just to prove to you guys that I'm right. That's kind of what it feels like he's doing, man. I feel like it's just ego. Like it's ridiculous, honestly. Like today, the game just had me fuming, and if you've seen the watch along, you'll see. Like obviously now I've calmed down compared to then, but it's actually ridiculous, mate. Like, I don't know what to say. That's why I just came on. I said, this is almost like a therapy session, bro. I thought, let me go live, see what the people say, and yeah, man, I don't know, man. If you ask me about my title hopes today, they died. Because like I said, you can't go 3 games with 2 losses and a draw back to back. That's not a title winning team. That's not a title winning manager. They don't have blocks. They have a blip, a singular blip, and then a run, and then a blip, and then a run. That's how you win titles. So for me, it's just not good enough, man. It's not good enough at all. There's so many things wrong. I feel like our individual defending. I mean, what happened? What happened to this best defense in the league? What happened? We're shipping goals left, right, and center. I understand it was a good cross. I understand it was a good cross today by Gordon. Yes, it was a good cross. But last season, let's be honest, Isak is not wide open in the box. Last season, who was it that scored for Leicester on the volley? James Justin. Last season, James Justin doesn't have that amount of space in order to take that volley. Granted, it was a worldie, but he doesn't have that much space to take that. Last season, Southampton don't score that goal. Last season, we don't concede these goals. So all we needed was a singular goal or 2 goals in order to win the game. Now, when we're going 1-0 down in games, I'm not surprised anymore. I'm not surprised, number 1. Number 2, if they score twice, I know we ain't winning. That feeling I never had last year. That feeling I never had the year before. This today has only shown to me that we are not going to compete and win this league. That's all it's done to me. It's just confirmed it. It's as simple as that. And for me, that's not good enough. That's not good enough from the manager. Now, I know people are going to defend him. I know there's all these little virgins that just suck off Arteta, bro. No matter what he does, this guy's the Messiah for some reason. He hasn't won shit for our club, but all of a sudden he's the Messiah. And the majority of them, I feel like, are younger fans. Like, they ain't seen no success, bro. They don't know what success is. They've literally lived off FA Cups. Like, they don't know what it feels like to win a Premier League. They've never seen Arsenal win a Premier League. So they don't share the same mindset as the fans that have seen us win shit. Because this is not good enough. You cannot tell me you're 5 years into the job, you've spent near enough 800 million, and you're relying on a 17-year-old to come off the bench to save your ass. I honestly don't know where we go from here, man. I'm looking forward now at the fixtures, and I'm thinking, when's the next win? When's the next win? Let alone putting together a run of games. When's the next win? That's how deflated I am right now. I'm looking forward and I'm saying I can't see our next win. I can't guarantee you a win against Inter. I can't guarantee you a win against Chelsea. I can't guarantee you a win in the game after that. I can't guarantee you a win in any game. Because I don't have belief in what this manager is doing right now. I don't. I don't have a clue what he's doing right now. He's making a simple solution into some sort of complex, massive crisis where we've got about 8 of our first 11 out. It's one player. It's Martin Odegaard. You take him out and you put in a like-for-like profile. And it doesn't affect the way we play. It doesn't affect the other players on the pitch and the positions they take up during the game. However, what you've done is, instead of solving that issue, you've moved around all the other cogs, and now the car's not working. Yeah, it's not working, bro, because you've taken the engine out and you put it in the boot. You've taken the tires off and you put them in the back seat. Your car's not working, mate. It's not going to work. Like I said before, you've added 2 and 2 and you've got 50. You ain't got 4. You're way off. It was a simple solution. Like for like, profile for profile, and you don't mess up our style. You don't mess up our rhythm. You don't mess up anything. Only thing that could lack from that, potentially, is the quality. It's the quality. Because Martin Odegaard is clearly better than a 17-year-old. That's the difference. But your style will not change. Your philosophy will not change. Your game plans will not change too drastically. The way that you transition in attack will not change drastically. The way that you press teams from the front will not change that drastically. The way that you fall back and defend as a unit will not change drastically. However, once you start taking players out of their position, putting them in another position and trying to fill up all these holes just because Odegaard is out, you lose the shape of the team. You lose the entire shape of the team. Once you lose that, you lose the rhythm, you lose the chemistry, you lose everything. You lose your press from the front, you lose your transition defense and offense. You start losing out on your defensive ability because your defenders are having to defend 1v1s, individual battles, which they're not used to. They're used to defending compact. Like he's completely changed the whole thing. I have no answers for that. You've shot yourself in the foot. And this is what you get. This is what you get. You're sitting behind Nottingham Forest after 10 games. This time last season, people, we had 24 points. We are currently sitting on 18. We are 6 points worse off this season than last. Six points. 6 points worse off this season. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's done, man. It's done. The title's gone, man. Because you cannot put together, unless the team goes from now till the end of the season for the remaining 28 games and only loses 1 or 2, it's done. Let's just be honest. They're not going to win 25 out of 28 remaining games. It's not going to happen. What evidence? And if you believe it's going to happen, and you tell me to trust the process and trust this and trust that, let me ask you a question. What evidence are you basing your argument on? What have you seen this season that tells you we're going to put together a run of 20 games? I'll wait. I'll wait for a logical answer other than hoping and praying. Give me a logical reason as to why you expect this Arsenal team, the way they're playing right now and the way they're being coached and managed by Arteta, to go on a run of 15 to 20 games in this season. And if you can find me an answer, a logical answer, I'm willing to delete this YouTube channel. I'll delete the YouTube channel for that. Because I guarantee you could not find me a single one that even makes 50% of sense. Based on the evidence of what we've seen for these opening 10 games, this team is in a top 4 race. They're not in a title race. They're in a top 4 battle. That's what they are. And it's resembled by where they are in the league. It's showing. Honestly, guys, I don't know what to say, man. I honestly don't know what to say. I actually don't know what to say. This guy has made our life so much more complicated than what it should have been. Just because of the Odegaard injury. What is this comment here? I didn't even see this. I lived with 3 Arsenal fans in the last 2 years during uni. Anyway. I feel like this season is on the verge of petering out real quick, and it's about to unfold before our eyes, man. If it hasn't already for some people, then I feel like it's going to very soon. And it's worrying, man. It's worrying. It's worrying. And I'm telling you now, if somehow Arne Slot manages to win this league with this Liverpool side after just coming in to the Premier League, then that just shows to us every single thing that Arteta has been spouting for the past 2 years is complete bullshit, bro. It's complete and utter bullshit. That's what it is. And this whole process has been a fucking failure, fam. That's what it's been. Like I've said many times, I've seen this script before. If we are not careful, we will lose our best players. I don't know if you guys have realized, but I read into these things. The body language of players like Saka, the body language of players like Saliba in recent weeks has shown me that these guys want to win now. Now. Not next season, not the season after, not the season after, not in 10 years' time. Now. They want to win now. They're hungry to win now. They've had enough of coming second place. They want to win now. It's the first time I saw a Bukayo Saka interview last week after the Liverpool game, where he's not joking. They're trying to joke with him and they're trying to laugh with Saka. and he's not having it. He was pissed off. He looked visibly down. Like, Bukayo Saka's always been laughing and joking and this and that. This is why I say to people, it's bigger than just this season. The reason as to why we need to win. We need to win to keep these players happy. If you do not win in football and you are not lifting silverware come the end of the season, these players will leave. We've seen it before. Fabregas, we've seen it before. Van Persie. Hell, we even seen it with Henry. He left to go win the Champions League with Barcelona. We've seen it. So let's not be deluded here and act as if these players are going to stick around for 10 years to wait for Arsenal, to Arteta to develop a million years worth of experience in order to win one fucking Premier League. Let's not act like that's the case here. They're visibly looking demoralized. After the full-time whistle today, if you guys haven't seen it, after the full-time whistle today, and if you haven't seen it, I want you to go and watch this back. If you go watch back the game on replay, after the full-time whistle, go and look at the players' reactions and look at two players in particular I want you to focus on. Saliba and Saka. Go and look at the way they reacted to that loss. They had a look on their face compared to the rest as if to say, you know what? I'm trying everything I can. I'm trying everything I can. It's these man. They're not good enough. That's what I picked up from that body language. They're tired. They're sick and tired. And I'm telling you now, this manager will have blood on his fucking hands and these owners if they allow Arteta, their loyalty to Mikel Arteta, to allow players like Saliba and Saka and all these other guys to leave this football club. If they allow that to happen, then they are a bunch of criminals, bro. The lot of them. The owners, the manager, they're a bunch of criminals. Because if you allow our best players to leave just because you're so stubborn and don't want to admit that this manager is not good enough, and we're going to find ourselves back in square one, talking about how we need to redevelop players now to get another player like Saliba. It's not going to happen. To get another player like Saka. It's not going to happen. So you need to deliver now. And the way we are moving is concerning, bro. Very beyond concerning right now. I tried to be positive before this game today. I tried so fucking hard. After the Bournemouth and Liverpool game, I tried my fucking best not to do a stream and just switch and be negative and whatever people want to say. I tried so fucking hard. But today, I had enough. That today was a fucking joke, mate. From start to finish, it was a joke. The first 15 minutes in that game, where we looked better than Newcastle, we didn't even create shit. We literally didn't create a single clear-cut opportunity during that 15-minute period that everyone's going on about. We didn't have a clear-cut opportunity. We've played over 180 minutes of football away from home against Bournemouth and Newcastle and mustered up 2 shots on target combined. Let that sink in, people. Let these things sink in. How can someone possibly be looking at this and saying it's okay? How can someone look at this and justify it? Justify the fact that we've spent nearly £800 million on this manager. And he waits till the 60th, 70th, 80th minute in a game to rely on a 17-year-old academy player who cost 0 to save his ass. How can anyone justify that? And if you try to justify it, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. You're deluded. I'll be honest, you're actually deluded. You're looking at everything with red-tinted glasses because you're an Arsenal fan and Arsenal can't do anything wrong. And we could not win shit for the next 30 years, but you'll just support the team and support the club and everything they're doing. Hunky-dory, mate. Life don't work like that. When something's wrong, it's wrong. When something is right, it's right. And believe me, I would love nothing more than for Arsenal to go on a 25-game fucking run of winning right now and shut me up and prove me wrong. I want nothing more than that, bro. That's my dream, is for them to do that. But they won't. And the reason they won't is because of this fucking manager. And until people realize that, we ain't going to go nowhere. I'm telling you that now, for free. I can guarantee you that. And you can come check this video at the end of the season when we look back at these fixtures that I just spoke about today, this block of fixtures, and everyone's saying, oh, these are the fixtures that cost us. You can bookmark this one, bookmark this video. And remember that I said it from now. The same way I said it last season after that block of fixtures is the same way I've said it now. If you want to be champions in this league, you can have blips, but not consistently. That's the difference. Man City lost today against Bournemouth. The next Premier League game they're winning. Guaranteed, 100% they're winning. Liverpool lost against Nottingham Forest. It was the blip in the block of wins. Arsenal lost to Bournemouth. Okay, let's go win our next... Nope. Draw to Liverpool. Okay, let's go win our... Nope. Lose to Newcastle. And don't be surprised if it's, okay, you know what? That was just a bad 3 games. Let's go beat Chelsea. Nope. Lose to Chelsea. This is the difference. Arsenal go through slumps. We don't have blips. We have slumps. And that's all I wanted to say, people, man. Big up yourselves, man. 47 minutes. I just felt like having a little rant. To be honest with you, I don't really have much more to say, man. I just felt like getting some things off my chest. I feel like I've done that. Make sure you guys are smashing the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. We will be doing a watch along for the the Inter Milan Arsenal game. I don't know what to expect. I don't expect shit. If we win, we win. And if we lose, we lose. I'm not going into it with much expectation. In fact, I probably expect to lose the game. So anything other than a loss, I'll be surprised. But yeah, I expect to lose that. I expect to lose the Chelsea game. And yeah, we'll move, innit? See where we go from there. But for now, make sure you guys are hitting that like. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. It's your boy Slims. Peace and love, people, man. Blessings to everyone. We out.